Hi, let's learn how to locate neighboring sections within a government survey system legal description.
The government survey system. To create the government system, 37 intersecting principal meridian lines and baselines are positioned throughout the United States. A grid of intersecting lines are created, working out from the primary reference lines. The lines are spaced 6 miles apart. Townships. The intersection of two range lines and two township lines form a township, which measures 6 miles by 6 miles, or 36 square miles. Numbering system of sections within township. Sections. Intersection of two range lines and two township lines form a 6-mile square called a township. Each township is 6 miles by 6 miles, or 36 square miles. Within each township, there are 36 sections, each measuring 1 mile by 1 mile, or 1 square mile. Numbering sections. Each section is identified as a number from 1 to 36, locating it within the township. The point of the system is to identify where a property is that someone owns. Property owners rarely own as much as 36 square miles, the size of an entire township. Therefore, townships are divided into 36 sections, which are each measuring 1 mile squared, or 1 mile by 1 mile, or 1 square mile, and are called sections. Section 1 is at the top far right. Section 2 is the section to the left of 1, and so forth to Section 6. Section 7 is one down or south of Section 6. The numbering continues in this serpentine pattern, ending with Section 36 at the bottom right. To remember this pattern, realize that in the 1800s, a surveyor actually walked these townships, marking these sections. So it makes sense that they would drop to the next section below the section that they just walked, or else they would waste time by having to backtrack their steps to the other end of the total township side. Using the government survey system, locating sections. A legal description that is located within Section 1 of this township depicted is identified as Section 1 of Township 2, south, Range 3 west of the Tallahassee Principal Meridian and Baseline. This is abbreviated as Sec 1 T2S R3W. The word "and" in legal descriptions. Properties rarely fit into the perfect world of quartered sections, so it is common to have a legal description that adds together land from one section to land from another section. This requires identifying the property just as we have already demonstrated. However, the process is repeated for each section that is part of the owner's land and added together within the written description by using an "and." Here's an example. The south one half of the southeast one quarter of the northeast one quarter of Section 1 of Township 2 SR3W and the southwest one quarter of the southwest one quarter of the northwest one quarter of Section 6 of T2S R3W. The image on the following slide will show the areas of the legal description separated by the "and" are in two sections of two different townships. Notice that Section 6, T2SR2W, is immediately to the east of Section 1, T2SR3W. These two sections touch physically even though they are in different townships, and the owner owns all of the property as described in the legal description. And the owner owns all of the property as described in the legal description. Recall that the government survey system is based on a grid of 6-mile range and township lines that intersect, creating townships. As a result, townships border each other. T 1S R1W borders T1S R2W, and it borders T2S R1W. As a result, sections from different townships border each other as well. This graph again shows two townships that are butted next to each other with the numbered sections. Notice from the previous picture that section 6 of T2S R2W is immediately to the east or right of section 1 T2S R3W. Just as section 7 T2S R2W is immediately to the east or right of section 12 T2S R3W. And section 31 T2S R2W is immediately to the east or right of section 36 T2S R3W. So here's an exercise locating neighboring sections. What section is immediately to the north of section 10 T2S R2W? The solution. The question being, what section is immediately to the north of section 10 T2S R2W? So you would locate section 10 within a township and then look to the section immediately north or above, which is section 3 of the same township. So section 3 is immediately to the north. This example has sections that happen to be in the same township, but the same process would apply if, let's say, you were finding what section was north of section 3, you would then be pulling section 34 that would actually be in a different township, the township above the one that we're currently working in. Exercise 2, locating neighboring sections. What section is immediately to the south of section 20 in T2S R2W? Solution 2, locating neighboring sections. What section is immediately to the south of section 20 T2S R2W? To find the solution, locate section 20 and then look to the section that is immediately south or below, which would be section 29. Exercise 3 for locating neighboring sections. What section is immediately to the west of section 19 T2S R2W? Solution 3, locating neighboring sections. To solve the question, what section is immediately to the west of section 19 T2S R2W, first locate section 19 and then look to the section immediately west or to the left, which would be section 24. However, section 24 happens to be in a different township, the township that is to the west of T2SR2W, which would be T2SR3W. Review question. Let's check your memory about what you've been learning so far. Here's a quick review question. The section located directly north of section 5 is section 35. True or false? The section located directly north of section 5 is section 35. False. Remember how to number sections in a township. Sections 1 through 6 are in the top row of a township, starting with 1 at the far right section and 6 at the far left. The section immediately above 5 is actually the last 6 sections of a different township. So section 32 is above 5. It helps to actually draw out the sections to answer the question. See the next slide for a picture of this. Here we have 2 townships stacked on top of each other, 2 adjoining townships. As you can see with the bottom township, it starts by numbering the 36 sections at the top far right of the township with section 1. You work your way over through section 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then you drop down and you're numbering in this serpentine pattern. Because we were looking for the section that was immediately above section 5, we're actually looking into a different township. But following that serpentine pattern of numbering of the section of the townships above the section with the section 5 that we're talking about, so the township above, you can see where you actually end up with section 32 being immediately above section 5.